Good morning to our chief guest, Commodore Rajiv Ashok, co-founder Mrs. Elsima Thomas, President Mr. Jacob Thomas, Senior Vice President, Student Staff Welfare Mrs. Sarah Jacob, Principal Mrs. Sheila Alexander, Academic Council members, teachers, and dear students. Today, we celebrate the 73rd Republic Day of the world's largest republic, India, with wonderful speeches, mellifluous music, and beautifully choreographed dance.
Please rise for the national anthem.
The prayer will now be led by Ghanashri Santosh Reddy of grade 7.
Let us pray. O dear Good Shepherd, make our school a home away from our home. Make us always feel that we all belong to our family and that the teachers are like our parents. We believe that you speak through them when we listen to them. Give more wisdom to all concerned with us so that they may guide us always on the right path. Make us know your presence and power by rewarding and punishing us. Let us not become proud when we are rewarded, and let us not become humiliated when you punish us for our mistakes. Give us enough strength to forget and forgive as you forgive us our sins. We thank you for the showers of blessings on this school for its growth and progress into a big and a good school. Give us everything to make our lives in this school a happy one. This we ask for your love's sake. Amen.
Here's a secret. There are shortcuts to happiness, and dancing is one of them. Now, we have the girls to put up a patriotic dance.
Good morning. Serving the country is not just a duty of our soldiers. It is a call of all citizens of all walks of life. Every citizen, be it a common man, housewife, students, doctors, sailors, or the army, should equally share the responsibility of supporting the country and discharging the duties to the best. Only then will a country shine and prosper. This is the theme we, the dance department at GSIS, wish to present to you on this 73rd Republic Day. Jai Hind.
तेरी मिट्टी में मिल जावा गुल बन के मैं खिल जावा इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू बीमार है जो किस धर्म का है हमसे न कभी ये भेद हुआ सरहद पे जो वर्दी खाकी थी अब उसका रंग सफेद हुआ उड़ा तेरी खातिर वो रुका नहीं आखिर वो चाहे जो भी हो उसका अंजाम शुरू कुछ शुरू तो कर जहाँ भी है तू वहीं से यारा कोई कहानी शुरू तो कर रग रग में जोश की बूंदे बूंदों में जीत
ही गूंजे, इस गूंज से गिर जाएगा आसमान भी कदमों में। जोश में चला चल चला चला अब रुकेंगे ना हम, डर मिटा चला सर उठा चला अब झुकेंगे ना हम। मैं लड़ जाना है लहू में एक चिंगारी, जिद से जुनू तक है जाना, हर कतरा बोल रहा। ओ थारे बस तेरे मारी रे, जान लगा देंगे हम। झुके तेरे आगे सर, तेरी गोद मेरा घर है, तुझे सलाम इंडिया। थारे बस तेरे मारी रे, दुनिया हिला देंगे हम।
Thank you for the wonderful performance.
Now we will have Viveka Rabara of grade 11 enlighten us with a speech on the progressive and glorious history of India and its vibrant culture.
Good morning to our chief guest, Commodore Rajiv Ashok, co-founder Mrs. Elsama Thomas, President Mr. Jacob Thomas, Senior Vice President, Staff and Student Welfare Mrs. Sarah Jacob, Principal Mrs. Sheila Alexander, Academic Council members, teachers, and dear students. Greetings to everyone on the morning of our 73rd Republic Day of the world's largest and most vibrant democracy. In this land of ours, enriched by diversity with many festivals, our national festivals are celebrated with great patriotic fervor and esteem. We annually celebrate this day in the form of parades as Rajpath, this year as Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, to commemorate the day when the Indian Constitution came into force in 1950 and India was declared as a republic country. This day reminds us of our freedom struggle and how the great freedom fighters of our country sacrificed their lives to get us the Purna Swaraj, or complete self-rule. It was a long journey that started with the conceptualization of the vision in 1930 to its actual conception in 1950. On December 31, 1929, Jawaharlal Nehru hoisted the tricolour on the banks of Ravi River and demanded Purna Swaraj. And the date set for independence was January 26, 1930, which was then celebrated as Purna Swaraj for the next 17 years. When India became independent in 1947, the date set by the British was August 15, deliberately chosen to coincide with the second anniversary of the day when Japanese forces submitted to Allied powers after the Second World War. The historian Ramachandra Guha notes, freedom finally came on a day that resonated with imperial pride rather than nationalist sentiment. Thus, when the Constitution of India was adopted on 26 November 1949, many considered it necessary to celebrate the Declaration of Independence on a day associated with national pride, the Purna Swaraj. It is a day that makes us think beyond the caste, creed, religion, state, language, and color, while we express the same patriotic pride for our country. The adversities of the previous year have only reminded us of what we have always known, that care and concern for humanity and the feeling of fraternity is what kept us together for a millennia. Adversity often plays the role of a great teacher. It makes us stronger and more confident. With that confidence, India has taken great strides in several sectors, reaffirming the values that the wise men and women such as Dr. Rajendra Prasad and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar held when they framed the Constitution: justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. which are outlined in the preamble of our Constitution. It's because of this struggle that today we are living in a democratic country where each citizen has right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, and right to freedom of religion. As we celebrate the anniversary of our republic, so do the other Indians, honoring our unity in diversity. Indians everywhere have succeeded in different walks of life, some rising to high levels of political leadership, while some contributing to science, arts, academics, civil society, and business, each bringing laurels to India. Our diaspora is our pride. Our ancestors gave us a glorious past. Now it is our time to create an equally glorious future. Happy Republic Day. Jai Hind and thank you.
I quote, "Don't be patriotic for one day. Be patriotic from day one." I unquote. Sumit Wadhwa. Now, we have the Indian Music Choir with an enticing patriotic song, Vande Mataram.
Next, we have Adya Harlarka of grade 9 delivering a speech.
I quote, "Every Indian should now forget that he is a Rajput, a Sikh or a Jat. He must remember that he is an Indian." I unquote. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. A very happy Republic Day to one and all present here. India marks its 73rd Republic Day this year. Republic Day is celebrated every year on 26 January to celebrate the implementation of the Constitution of India, which included the laws to be followed by each citizen. The special day commemorates the historic moment when India became an independent republic country. Earlier, India was governed by the laws forced by the British. However, after independence, a number of deliberations and amendments were made, after which a drafting committee led by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar submitted the draft of the Constitution, which then came into effect on January 26, 1950. The word republic signifies power or supreme. Hence, our preamble gives the desired political rights to each citizen. As a tribute to India, on this day, ceremonial parades take place in the capital of the country, New Delhi, particularly on the Rajpath Marg, in the presence of various dignitaries like President, the Prime Minister, the honorable guests, and various other government officials. It also showcases the Indian defense capability. 9 to 12 different regiments of the Indian Army, Navy, and Air Force, accompanied by their bands, march in all of their official decorations. The President of India, who is the Commander-in-Chief, salutes them. Prestigious awards are given to the soldiers who are not forgotten on this day and have dedicated their lives to protect the country. Next, the national flag is hoisted by the President, and he also addresses the entire country. Over the past few decades, India has made landmark achievements in various fields like military, technology, agriculture, science, etc. therefore establishing nation's self-reliant nature. We have witnessed a significant growth in ideas and fresh avenues of employment. Together with the other nations, India gloriously and effectively overpowered the battle of the ongoing pandemic with minimal repercussions. As they say, with each challenge comes an opportunity. The country has seen remarkable progress in the business sector with encouragement of startups and digitalization of economy, which in turn is helping the Republic of India become a global hub of employment and business ideas. The auspicious day not only marks a historic moment but also encourages each citizen to work hard and contribute in the progress of the country as a responsible citizen. It showcases the various cultures, coexisting and social heritage of the country. The Constitution declares the sovereignty and secularity of the nation and also assures equality, liberty and fraternity to each citizen. We must continue to respect the basic principles and value which we have inherited, regardless of our caste, creed, gender. Thus, make our nation a global ideal. I would like to end my speech with pride and stress upon the freedom that every citizen experiences in all aspects. Thus, it becomes our responsibility to help the country grow in a holistic and unified manner. Jai Hind.
Music is the language of spirit. It opens the secret of life, bringing peace, abolishing strife. Now, we have the Indian Music Choir with yet another patriotic song. Suno gaur se duniya walo.
सुनो गौर से दुनिया वालों, बुरी नजर ना हम पे डालो। सुनो गौर से दुनिया वालों, बुरी नजर ना हम पे डालो। चाहे जितना जोर लगा लो, सबसे आगे होंगे हिंदुस्तानी। सुनो गौर से दुनिया वालों, बुरी नजर ना हम पे डालो। चाहे जितना जोर लगा लो, सबसे आगे होंगे हिंदुस्तानी। हिंदुस्तानी हमने कहा हटते नहीं। वक्त है, उम्र है, जोश है और जान है, नाच के ना मिटे देश तो अपनी शान है। वक्त है, उम्र है, जोश है और जान है, नाच के ना मिटे देश तो अपनी शान है। हमने कहा है जो तुम भी कहो। सुनो गौर से दुनिया वालों, बुरी नजर ना हम पे डालो। चाहे जितना जोर लगा लो, सबसे आगे होंगे हिंदुस्तानी। हिंदुस्तानी हमने कहा है, तुम भी कहो। हमने कहा है जो तुम भी कहो।
I hope you enjoyed the rhythm of the song.
Moving forward, I'd like to call Sarvadnya Surana of grade 11 to introduce our chief guest for today, Commodore Rajiv Ashok, an alumnus of Naval Academy Goa, a specialist combat diver who joined the Indian Navy on 1st July 1991.
Good morning, everyone. I'm privileged to welcome our chief guest, Commodore Rajiv Ashok. Commodore Rajiv Ashok is a second-generation military officer who joined naval training at 18 years of age after his +2 and was commissioned into the Indian Navy on 1st July 1991. He's an alumnus of Naval Academy, Goa, and is a specialist combat diver. In his career spanning over 30 years, he has commanded 4 warships: the missile boat INS Chamak, the anti-submarine warfare frigate INS Taragiri, and destroyers INS Ranvijay and INS Ranveer. All his command appointments have seen intense operational activities across the water of Indian Navy's responsibility. This includes exercises with friendly foreign navies like United States, Japan, Australia, Singapore, and Bangladesh, to name a few. Apart from command at sea, he's also commanded naval establishments offshore and include assignments like Naval Officer in charge of Gujarat, command of the Forward Operating Base INS Sardar Patel at Port Bandar, and in charge of command and fleet clearance diving teams at Visakhapatnam. He has served twice in Andaman and Nicobar Islands and has been the command operation officer there. He has been responsible for policy formulation on coastal security, anti-piracy at sea, and ocean management while serving Director of Directorate of Naval Operations, New Delhi. He has been also the Director for Conduct of International Fleet Review in 2016. Closer to our place, Commodore Rajiv has been a student in 2006, directing staff from 2008 to 2010, and head of training team in 2018 at Staff College, Wellington. He has also undergone Naval Higher Command course at College of Naval Warfare, Goa, and the prestigious National Defense College from Bangladesh. The officer is a keen sportsman and has won many medals in middle and long-distance track events, in athletics and in cross countries in his younger days. He also plays golf and badminton. He and his wife Rashmi, also a Navy veteran, are skydiving instructors and hold 3 Limca book records, one of them being a skydiving jump onto the erstwhile aircraft carrier INS Virat at sea in 2006. He has also been awarded commendation by Chief of Naval Staff on 2 occasions for exemplary professionalism. Commodore Rajiv is currently serving at Visakhapatnam as the Commodore in charge for the conduct of President's Fleet Review, which is less than a month from now on 21st February. It is an honor to have you, sir. Thank you.
Respected Mrs. Elsama Thomas, the co-founder, Mr. Jacob Thomas, President, Mrs. Sarah Jacob, Senior Vice President, Mrs. Sheila Alexander, Principal, the Academic Council members, and my dear students of the Good Shepherd International School. Good morning, everyone. I'm really humbled by the invite extended to me and consider it a privilege to interact with young minds. Though we would all agree that interacting in person has its own charm, something that we have been missing for the past 2 years. We need to congratulate ourselves as proud Indians on the occasion of our 73rd Republic Day. It is customary to recount our path towards this glorious day. In 1929, Lord Irving, the then Viceroy of India, made a vaguely announced declaration called the Irving Declaration that India would be granted dominion status in the future. Indian leaders welcomed this as they had been making this demand for quite some time. They now wanted all further negotiations with the British to focus on formalizing this dominion status for India. The Irving Declaration, however, triggered a backlash in England. Politicians and general public were not in favor of India obtaining dominion status. Under pressure now, Irving, at a meeting with Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Muhammad Ali Jinnah, told the Indian leaders that he could not promise the dominion status anymore. The Indian National Congress irked and now changed its stance. It gave up the demand for a dominion status and instead, at its Lahore session in 1929, passed the Purna Swaraj or Total Independence Resolution that called for complete independence. The resolution marked the beginning of a large-scale political movement against the colonial rule. A public declaration of Purna Swaraj was also made on 26th of January 1930, a day which the Congress Party urged Indians to celebrate as the Independence Day. As you would all be aware, we eventually gained independence on 15th of August 1947 after a bitter struggle and a number of personalities attaining martyrdom or spending the better part of their youth as political prisoners. Post-independence, there was a need to wean away from British regulations and for our motherland to have its own constitution. After considerable brainstorming, deliberations, and amendments, a committee headed by Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar submitted a draft of the Indian Constitution, which was adopted on 26th of November 1949. Considering the importance of the date 26th January linked to Purna Swaraj, it was decided to officially bring the Constitution into effect on 26th of January the next year, that is 1950. Dr. Rajendra Prasad also began his term as the first President of India, and the Constituent Assembly became the Parliament of India under provisions of the new Constitution on the same day. From post-independence, the Rajpath in New Delhi has been associated with all national celebrations of victory and sacrifice. The Republic Day too is celebrated here in the presence of the Honorable President, Prime Minister, and other high-ranking officials of India. On this day, a grand ceremonial parade takes place at Rajpath. This sees a showcasing of not just the might of the three armed forces, but also participation by the Central Police Forces, NCC, select schools, and also tableaus of many states and union territories of India. Among other things, on this occasion, prestigious awards are given away to the families of martyrs and to heroes who have dedicated their lives to protect our country at any cost. Every year, as part of the celebrations, India has been hosting guests of honor who are usually the heads of state of a friendly country. This has been the case since 1950. For example, on 26th of January 2015, the former President of the United States of America, Mr. Barack Obama, was the guest of honor on the Republic Day. However, due to COVID restrictions, there won't be any guest of honor on this 73rd Republic Day celebration. Republic Day is also celebrated in every school, as we are doing it right now, colleges and offices with great enthusiasm and energy. But beyond all the celebrations, one needs to acknowledge that the Constitution declares India as a sovereign, socialist, secular, and democratic republic. It assures its citizens justice, equality, liberty, and fraternity. It also gives us our rights and duties as citizens. On this Republic Day, I hope that no matter who we are, rich or poor, powerful or a regular citizen, we continue to respect these basic principles and values given to us by our brilliant Constitution. This will enable us to continue to build our nation on a strong foundation that our forefathers have created for us. As a nation, we have progressed very well thus far and seen tremendous social and economic improvement. We must not forget that we still have many hurdles in our paths, including poverty, malnourishment, unequal access to education, unemployment, and in the last 2 years, COVID. It is our duty as citizens to face these challenges and come out stronger on the other side. I would urge you all to take an oath today that we shall always strive to reinvent ourselves to constantly improve and be better. We need to work towards becoming model citizens. We all should be doing what we are required or have been assigned to do. For example, as students, we should be putting in our best at getting and assimilating a good education. As teachers, we need to be sure that we are putting in our best for imparting this education. As one of the many hundreds who have chosen to serve the nation in the armed forces, for a person like me, the job is to ensure that I am the best at the task that is expected of me and that I am prepared to defend our motherland at all costs. Bringing about the change in ourselves and those around us will ensure that we'll be able to solve seemingly unsurmountable problems and make our nation a better place. Thank you, stay safe, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Lastly, I'd like to invite Asfia Asif Thara of grade 11 to express our collective gratitude.
May the brightest star in its course visit no land more free, happier, lovely than our own country. Happy Republic Day. Good morning to our chief guest, Commodore Rajiv Ashok, co-founder Mrs. Elzima Thomas, President Mr. Jacob Thomas, Senior Vice President, Staff and Student Welfare Mrs. Sarah Jacob, Principal Mrs. Sheila Alexander, Academic Council members, teachers, and dear students. I deem it an honor to extend my heartfelt thanks to all those involved in presenting such a wonderful show on this auspicious occasion. Firstly, I'd like to thank our chief guest for the day, Commodore Rajiv Ashok, for taking time out of his busy schedule to share those words of wisdom with us today. Thank you to the Dance and Indian Music Department who added color to the program with their presentations. All speakers for the day, Viveka Rabara and Adya Harlaka, who enlightened the audience with their speeches. Thank you, Sarvadnya Surana, for introducing our honorable chief guest for the day. Thank you, Ghanasri, for the school prayer. Dhrumi and Nilesh, our MCs for the day, helped us go through the entire program smoothly. Last but not the least, I'd like to thank the technical team without whom today's program would not have been so breathtaking. I'd like to conclude today's event with a quote: freedom in the mind, strength in our words, pride in our souls, zeal in our hearts. Let's salute our great country on this day. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Please rise for the school anthem.
We sing your praise with grateful hearts, tears full of joy and pride. In virtue's race we forward dart, into trust triumphal ways. Come shepherd, yes, let's sing and cling, our alma mater true. And while we chase our rainbow dreams, our thoughts come back to you. Oh, brightest light, it's you we behold. Oh, garden of light, our dreams unfold. Oh, brightest light, it's you we behold. Oh, garden of light, our dreams unfold. We strive for knowledge, light, and wisdom. God shall ever be our guide. Love and service are our watchwords. There's nothing we shall hide. Spring, summer, autumn, winter, through our goodness is nurtured here. We strive for higher standard in God's love each passing year. Oh, brightest light, it's you we behold. Oh, garden of light, our dreams unfold. Oh, brightest light, it's you we behold. Oh, garden of light, our dreams unfold.